Hi everybody. I am very excited to introduce the new Create Memories Kiwi Lane Limited Edition National Scrapbook Day package. And I say package because it's not quite a club set and it's not really a layout set. It has enough paper for one layout if you use the papers that are in here, and then some scraps to maybe go onto a different layout, or a lot of cards, depending on how you use your scraps. This has two double-sided papers and some single-sided papers. There's actually only 5 sheets in here of the patterns and stuff. I'll show you those in a minute, so you can kind of understand why there's really not a whole lot of choice in the papers. It's not quite a scrapbook set, because the new scrapbook sets, of course, are 2 double-page layouts. And they also do have a bunch of extra pieces, but again, it's not as full as the new sets or as full as the club sets. But it does have the 2 specialty templates. These are a la carte templates, so they will go in your stash as such. But this is a really cute set. I'll show you the papers that are in this set. Bear with me. I was so excited to get my hot little hands on these puppies that I already crafted with them. Okay, so these are the templates that come in the kit. They are a la carte scissors and a la carte capture. And I know a lot of you are saying, we already have that camera. Yes, you do, and no, you don't. If you have tiny highlights, you do have a camera that is almost exactly the same. However, it is much smaller. If you take a measurement, the measurement is 3 1/4 inches for the big one and only about 2 1/2 inches for the small one. So just bear in mind, it's like having a large accessory and a tiny accessory is pretty much kind of how they're looking at it. But this is the one you get in the set. This is tiny highlights. There is another camera that came out. This was the Kiwi Club set. I believe it was the January set, Capture the Moment. This is the a la carte camera, and this is more of the SLR type of camera with the big old flash and everything else. So that is also a different type of camera. So we have 3 different kind of cameras to choose from. The scissors, of course, are extremely unique. There's nothing like them in any of the sets, which is totally cool, because for crafting, this is going to rock. All right, so there's that. The next thing is, and I know you see this in the corner of your thing and you're wondering why it's out, because I'm Kiwi Lane. I promised myself this year that when I was doing my Kiwi Lane layouts and such, that I was going to start incorporating a lot of the old tools that I had in my stash. That was my New Year's resolution this year, and I'm actually doing very well on that resolution, I might add. So I used this in my layout, so I wanted you to see what this was. This is the mini alphabet punch board by We Are Memory Keepers. It is not the big one, it's the small one. Okay, so that's what I used. So what I did was take my papers, which I'm going to show you now. These were the background papers that came in the set. They're very pretty, however, they're white and gray. And everybody that knows me, I really don't do well with white and gray. So I nixed these for a choice of something else, and I'll show you that in a minute. And then these were the pattern papers that came in the set. This is one of the word art type pages, and then on the back is a really pretty coral peach stripe paper. That's 1 sheet. Sorry, I keep moving my camera. Sorry about that. The second sheet, and I don't know if you can see it really well, but these are cameras. It's a really light gray on white camera set, and then on the back is this really bright, vibrant polka dot. Again, the only reason why I didn't do this white is because you can see, if you'd use the cameras and you'd use this one, you're kind of blending white, and I don't do very well with that. So that's why I chose to not do white as my backgrounds. But I'm going to show you a sneaky peeky. That's kind of what I did. This is another of the pieces, and you can see I did my little thing. And this is the back of it. It is a nice chevron piece that, of course, I can still use. But anyways, I did use, actually. So that is kind of where I went with this. Now, a lot of you are probably like, that breaks your rule of threes. No, it doesn't, because there's 2 polka dots. This is the barf, and then I use this as geometric. So 2, 1, you're good. Alrighty. So this being said, even with these bright colors, when I went to go put them on the white, I really didn't like it. Even if I did it this way, it was too much white, and even covering it with pictures, I can't handle that. So what I did was I brought in coral. I love the coral, and if you look at that, I love how that shows up and how that pops. So, again, you know, sometimes what a little bit of color will do to change a little bit of what you're thinking. Anyhow, so what I did was I went online and I kind of just Googled to see what kind of Kiwi Lane layouts, some of the old sketches and stuff they had for Kiwi Lane. And there was an old one that looked like this. And it was just a sketch. I'm sure they probably did it in one of the books as artwork and whatnot. But I really liked how the layout went, and I thought, you know, I could do create and like some old journaling of my thing, and then it used wildflower and tiny wildflower, and I believe one of those, either the sweetheart bracket or one of the tiny brackets, or regular brackets, I can't remember. And then it used tiny highlights with the corner pieces, and then there were tags on it and everything, and I thought that was really, really cool and really cute. And it had both borders down here like that, and then the single border up here. And this used, border-wise, this just used the Aspen set. And I thought that was really cool to just utilize one set. So I did the same thing. I laid it all out and everything else. And what I found was I ran into a minor problem. Because as I laid it out, you'll see what happened here. Okay, oops, let me flip this around. Alright. Okay, that kind of didn't really work, so there. So this is, oops, I used the wrong one. That's funny. Okay, so this is how it lays out. Okay. It lays out just like this. And then they had the bracket up here, I think. Kind of like that. And then they had a little thing and a little thing. But of course I wanted to use the camera and the scissors. So, that was where I started. And then I realized, uh-oh, we're going to run into a problem because one of the sheets here, the words only go one direction. And if I put them down here, I'd have to cut it twice. So this had to change. And of course, how does it change? Well, all you do is these little guys go this way and this guy comes down this way. Okay, so that's what wound up happening. And then in the process of doing this and doing all the creating and everything else like that, I realized this bracket really didn't work with what I was doing because the word that I wanted to use didn't fit right. So that changed. And then, of course, so did all my other things. So, anyways. So this is pretty much how I came out with the layout, and this is pretty much all I did with it. believe it or not. And the only other thing that I added, of course, was my strips. But I left the pictures as they were, with a 4x6 here, 2 4x4s, a 4x6, and a 4x6. So that's how it went. So here is the layout. And everybody that knows Kiwi Lane knows what our motto is. Our one of the most famous motto, of course, is play to create. And what I did was I swapped these 2 pages over. So I just switched the 2 left to right instead of the way I had it. And that's what I came up with. So I really hope you like it. This is my National Scrapbook Day layout. It's play to create with Kiwi Lane and Life as a Scrapbooker. So I hope you enjoy it, and thank you for watching my videos. I'll hopefully see you soon. Leave your comments, and if you would like to visit my website, it is create.kiwilane.com/Sandy's Scrapbooks. Thanks for watching.